Aya Wilson, one of the most prominent and talented players in the WNBA, has long been in the spotlight for her prowess on the court. As a leader of the Las Vegas Aces, a two-time WNBA MVP, and a champion, Wilson has become a household name not only for her athleticism but also for her advocacy on important social issues. However, recent comments from a sports analyst have sparked a heated debate about Wilson's role as a vocal figure, with the analyst labeling her as a race peddler and accusing her of hurting the cause by blending sports and social justice. The comments have ignited a firestorm of controversy, and Wilson, known for her grace under pressure, now finds herself at the center of a larger discussion about athletes' roles in activism and how their voices can impact both their sport and the broader social landscape. Before diving into the controversy, it's important to understand the stature and influence of Aya Wilson. Since her arrival in the WNBA as the first overall pick in 2018, Wilson has been a dominant force. Known for her incredible scoring ability, rebounding, and defensive prowess, she quickly ascended to become one of the faces of the league. By 2023, Wilson had helped lead the Las Vegas Aces to multiple championships and was celebrated as the league's top player, cementing her legacy among the WNBA greats. Beyond her success on the court, Wilson has been an outspoken advocate for social justice. Like many other athletes, she has used her platform to speak out on issues of racial inequality, gender justice, and mental health. In 2020, during the height of the global racial reckoning following the murder of George Floyd, Wilson became one of the leading voices in the WNBA's advocacy for racial justice. Her platform grew as she spoke about her experiences as a Black woman in America, both within and outside the realm of sports. On October 18, 2024, a well-known sports analyst took to a national sports show to offer harsh criticism of Wilson. The analyst, whose name has not been disclosed in all reports, accused Wilson of being a race peddler, claiming that her outspoken nature on social issues was hurting the cause and detracting from her role as the WNBA's best player. The analyst suggested that Wilson should stick to basketball and that her involvement in racial justice discussions was alienating fans who simply wanted to watch the game. The comment has been interpreted by many as a thinly veiled attempt to silence an outspoken Black woman who has consistently advocated for her community. The phrase race peddler is particularly inflammatory, as it implies that Wilson is exploiting racial issues for personal gain, an accusation that many believe to be unfounded and deeply problematic. The analyst went on to argue that Wilson's social commentary was not only unnecessary but actively harming the WNBA's brand. They claimed that by focusing on social justice, Wilson and other players were diluting the sport's appeal and driving away fans who just want to enjoy basketball. According to the analyst, Wilson's actions were polarizing and distracting from the league's efforts to grow its fan base and appeal to broader audiences. The reaction to the analyst's comments was swift and intense. Fans, fellow athletes, and social commentators rushed to Wilson's defense, decrying the remarks as not only disrespectful but part of a broader issue where Black athletes, particularly women, are criticized for using their platforms to address societal issues. Many pointed out the hypocrisy of celebrating athletes for their talents while simultaneously trying to silence them when they advocate for causes they believe in. Social media quickly erupted in support of Wilson, with hashtags like #StandWithIa and #MoreThanAnAthlete trending on platforms like Twitter and Instagram. Many pointed out that Wilson's activism is integral to who she is, and that her leadership in social causes is part of what makes her such a beloved figure in the sport. Fellow athletes, including NBA stars, other WNBA players, and even celebrities outside of the sports world, shared messages of solidarity with Wilson, defending her right to speak on issues that affect her and her community. Athletes like LeBron James, Megan Rapinoe, and others have faced similar criticisms in the past, and Wilson now finds herself among a group of high-profile athletes who have been told to stick to sports while they strive to use their platforms for greater good. In the wake of the controversy, Aya Wilson took to social media to address the situation in her own words. Rather than responding directly to the analyst's specific remarks, Wilson posted a thoughtful message on Instagram. "I play this game because I love it, but I stand for something bigger than basketball. My voice, like my game, is mine to use, and I will always use it to uplift, empower, and inspire others. We can't be told to silence our truth when it makes others uncomfortable. That's not how change happens. Thank you to everyone standing with me. This is bigger than basketball. Wilson's response was met with widespread support, further solidifying her place as a leader not just in sports, but in the broader conversation about racial justice and equality. Her message, calm but resolute, reminded fans and critics alike that she will not be deterred by negativity and that her commitment to social justice is unwavering. The controversy surrounding Wilson is a reflection of a much larger issue in sports and society. The debate over whether athletes should be political or engage in social justice issues has been a recurring theme for years. From Colin Kaepernick's protests in the NFL to the activism seen in the WNBA, athletes have repeatedly faced criticism when they use their platforms to speak on issues that affect their communities. For Black athletes, this pressure is often more intense, as their calls for racial equality are sometimes met with resistance or labeled as divisive. However, history has shown that athletes have always played a key role in social change, from Muhammad Ali to Jackie Robinson to Serena Williams and LeBron James. Aya Wilson is continuing that tradition, and for many, her willingness to speak out on racial justice makes her an even more inspiring figure. As the WNBA continues to grow in popularity, the league's players, including Wilson, will undoubtedly face more scrutiny, especially as they navigate the intersection of sports and social issues. However, the overwhelming support for Wilson in the aftermath of these comments shows that there is a strong desire for athletes to be able to speak freely about the issues that matter to them. For Aya Wilson, this moment is likely just another chapter in her already remarkable career, both as an athlete and as an advocate. While the analyst's comments may have sparked controversy, Wilson's response and the widespread support she received highlight her strength, resilience, and commitment to using her platform for the greater good. The debate over athletes and activism will continue, but one thing is clear: Aya Wilson will not be silenced. She is, and will continue to be, both the WNBA's best player and one of its most powerful voices.